Lucian, the Purifier. He looks like Blade and Bishop at the same time. Awesome. His funnel neck collar is like really tall. It makes it look like he's got a neck that's like 9 feet long. Aside from that though, this is pretty fucking cool. So, and he's killing people. He's blew somebody's fucking face off. S. He cracked the S slot. Lulu, the Fey Sorceress. She looks fit. How do I rate the Yordles, honestly? She a Yordle? How do I rate these ones? I don't fucking know. I don't know. My gut instinct goes way. C. C. I don't know. It's hard. It's hard to rate them. It's hard to rate them because I think they're going for exactly what they're going for design wise, but oh god, it's so hard. Like it's so hard to like compare them to everybody else. Lux, the Lady of Luminosity. I like it. She looks like Supergirl. Yeah, I love her armor. I love how streamlined her armor is. See, it can be done. Like armor can be done really well. I think this is really good. I don't know if it's like top tier in terms of like, but it is very good. A Malphite, Shard of the Monolith. So it's a bit Doomsday-ish, I suppose. Okay, another one who's apparently like a giant. Alright, I'm done trying to like figure out the scale. I've not got time for this. Alright, I've been doing this long enough. He's one of those characters who is like one element, it seems. He does have like a pattern to him that makes it seem less it makes it seem less boring. I think he's alright. I still think he's a B though. Malzahar, the Prophet of the Void. Another scarecrow type looking guy. I didn't mind it. It looks alright. Very surprisingly minimalist, you know? Like I've been seeing the word void a lot. Usually these void characters look really wild, but this guy looks surprisingly normal compared to these other void type characters. But I do appreciate the minimalist approach, but it's no like grabbing me, so I think he's another B. Cool name though. Malzahar, the Twisted Treant. Maokai. I feel like I've done this already. I feel like I ranked a tree person already. Did I not? Oh, I did. This one. Ivern. I mean, I feel about the same. This one looks a lot meaner. I don't know. Alright. He goes in the same. He goes in the same category. I feel pretty much the same way about... I feel the same way about... Actually, do you know what? No. I feel the same way about that as I do about this guy, Malphite. So I'll put him here. Master Yi, the Wuju Bladesman. I actually don't know. I actually didn't know what to make of this. I kind of like that I kind of like that his main colour scheme's yellow. You don't see that a lot. I don't know what to make of this bizarre, like, night vision goggle fucking, like, predator helmet or whatever the hell it is that he's got on. I don't know what to make of this. I kind of like it, but I also kind of don't like it. Oh god, I don't know what to make of this. I like his colour scheme. I kind of like his outfit overall. I don't know how I feel about this bizarre looking helmet. Do you know what? When in doubt, B. When in doubt, B. I appreciate that he's committed to the yellow bit. You know, good for him. You then see a lot of characters in this game going for yellow very much, so I'll give him that. Mel, the Soul's Reflection. Mel Medarda. I think Mel's best design, and I don't know if this is a hot take or not, I think her best design is her first one. Like, her look throughout Season 1 is fucking immaculate. Like, that is peak character design. Apparently people absolutely adore her look towards the end of the second season when she, like, unlocks her magical powers. I'm not as fond of that look, personally. I don't like it when I don't really like it when she's just in the cat suit. I think she needs some drapery. I think she always needs some sort of like drapery. I think the cat suit kind of looks a bit boring. And this is kind of the cat suit, but it's got the Noxus colour, so it's a bit more interesting. So there's more drapery surrounding it. But I don't know if I like it as again, nothing's gonna beat her season 1 look for me personally. That and her look at the end of season 2 when she's on her way to Noxus. You see it very briefly, but that's a really fucking cool look. This though, I feel like, you know, I like that she's got the red drapery. It might be a bit much. It's a bit too much and a bit too little. I'm probably speaking gibberish at this point. I've been doing this for a long time, alright? Cut me some slack. This might be a hot take, but honestly, I think she's like a B, this version of her. If this was her season 1 design, at the top of S, like that is peak character design.
She's pretty, SpongeBob.
All in all though, I think it still looks good on its own. Still looks good on its own. I wish she had some more. But again, that's me comparing it to Arcane. Oh, fucking move on. Move on, you stupid prick. Honestly. Melio, the gentle flame. I mean, it's just a kid. It's a wee bairn. Like what? How do I judge this? With a bag of like magic or something? I don't know. Who looks like the Dora the Explorer of League of Legends? How do I rate this? I don't know. This is a hard one. Alright, actually, let me look. I mean, it's a nice color scheme, I suppose. When in doubt, B. I'm losing my fucking mind, honestly.
We all go a little mad sometimes.
Misfortune, the bounty hunter. So, there's pirates in this game as well, it seems, because we had somebody earlier who looked like a pirate. The hair is impeccable. Like, look at that. That hair is fucking impeccable. Do you know what? I quite like the idea of pirates in this world. She certainly stands out, but is she... I mean, you know, she looks pretty. She looks pretty cool. I think I'll put her in... I'm between an A and a B. Do you know what? Outside of the hair, she's not got, like, that much interesting. But again, I do appreciate the minimalist approach. Oh, for God's sake, just put it in A, you fucking arsehole. There. You happy? Mordekaiser, the Iron Revenant. Jesus Christ! Now this looks like a Dark Souls boss. This looks like one of the like iron golems you'd come across in a Dark Souls type game. I mean, it's very imposing and scary and intimidating. Do you know what? It kind of reminds me of the Black Knight for Scooby-Doo 2.
Sorry, you're cancelled.
It looks alright. Very basic. B. Okay, I might be adding too many to the B. I might be adding too many to B. I'm not focusing as much now. Nefiri, the Hound of 1,000 Bites. Oi, that was Mad Dog. That was Nanook, alright? He was the Hound of 1,000 Bites. And he was a good boy. Alright, so it's like a reptilian dragon dog. That's pretty cool. Oh, he actually looks kind of cute. Is that an earring he's got, or am I looking at that wrong? I like him either way. I didn't care. He's getting an A. He's getting an A either way. I like him. Nami, the Tide Caller. It looks alright, you know. So you're fairly standard like fishy mer person type character. The helmet looks pretty cool. I don't know about the exposed cleavage. I think that's a bit weird for this type of character. I think that's true. Oh no. Why does it have skin underneath its skin? That's really disturbing. Because the scales, that should be its skin, right? And it just looks like it's tore its skin open so it can expose its human skin and its human cleavage underneath. Oh, that's really fucking weird. I was lingering on like an A or a B, but for that, you're going down to a C. Yeah, stay in the C. Oh, I can't even see that. That looks so weird. Oh, okay, I need to stop looking at that. That's upsetting me now. Nasus, the Curator of the Sands. Looks like Anubis. I mean, hey, I like Anubis imagery. Looks cool. You know, I didn't need to think about this one that much. I think this one's an A. Just looks like Anubis. It looks like a really cool version of Anubis. I like it. Nautilus, the Titan of the Depths. So it's some sort of sea monster. I mean, it's pretty unique looking for a sea monster, I suppose. Looks. Oh, right, I get it. It looks like a giant lighthouse. Is that what it's going for? Wait, has it killed a guy? Or has it killed something? No, it looks like it's just... I was about to say, because if it killed somebody... It looks like it might have killed somebody. Oh, God. Another B. Am I adding too many to the Bs now? Am I not thinking about this hard enough anymore? Have I just given up already? Alright, I've not got that many. Oh, actually, I kinda do. Alright, let's just keep going. Nico, the Curious Chameleon. Wait. Again, I feel like I've done this one already. I swear to God I did this already. Yeah, I might be thinking of Lilia. Alright, Nico. Again, it's very cute, I suppose, but I feel pretty much the same way I did about Lilia, so you're going in the same tier as Lilia. You know, you both look like very cute forest creatures, you know? You look like the sort of stuff that you want to see when you take drugs, but you're more likely to see something like Kog'Maw. Nida Lee, the bestial huntress. Very Raquel Welch, I suppose. Basic, like jungle woman. Oh, that's actually cool. I like how, is that meant to be her reflection in the water? Because if so, that's actually really fucking cool. So that's making me wonder, does she have some sort of like connection to like some sort of like tiger or something? Because it's almost directly in line with her face. That might actually pump her up a wee bit. Do you know what? I'm gonna put her in A, because that's quite intriguing. That's quite an intriguing image. Nyla, the Joy Unbound. She looks like Tanya for Mortal Kombat. Specifically Mortal Kombat X, which is not a bad thing, because Tanya looks really cool. Another character who's committed to yellow. Not many of you are doing that, I've noticed. The hair is white. I don't know how I feel about the hair. I just noticed that now. I don't know how I feel about this. I never even noticed that. I thought she just had like a short haircut, like it was just this, but I didn't even realise until the last second that she had that. I don't know how I feel about that. Regardless, I'm putting her in A, regardless, because she looks cool otherwise, I think. Nocturne, the Eternal Nightmare. It's quite spooky, you know. It's quite monstrous. It's very bladey, you know. It's very sharp looking. Looks very menacing. It's a bit of a boogeyman. I kind of like it. I kind of like the dark, scary vibes of it. It is quite basic at the same time, though. So I think. Wait, where was the other one that I said? Lysandra. I put her in A. I think Lysandra looks a bit more interesting than this does, but I feel similarly, because I think they have similar vibes to each other. Nunu and Willump. The boy and his Yeti. I mean, come on. It's just Aang and Appa. It's just Aang and Appa, which is not an insult. It's very... I don't know which one's Nunu and which one's Willump. I'm going to assume the big guy is Willump. He looks like a Willump, you know? Look at him rolling over and he's scratching his big belly. Look at him. Yeah. I don't know. This might be biased because I love... like most people, I love Avatar. I'm honestly going to put these two in S because it's undeniably very cute. And it's just making me think of Aang and Appa. A little bit of My Neighbor Totoro, maybe. But we all love a story of a boy and his pet, you know? A boy and his oversized pet. Olaf, the Berserker. I don't know, Olaf never came across like a berserker. I mean, he looks like your very standard Viking. Still looks pretty rock solid. But he does look pretty standard. Do you know what would make him stand out just a tad more? Give him like some more braids in his hair. Braid his hair a bit more, you know? Add some more like pleats in there. And some more like jewels and accessories. I think it'll make him stand out a bit more. He'd still be very barbarian, you know? If he did that. It wouldn't make him less of a man. He'd probably disagree. This guy looks like one of the alpha types who would tell you, oh, men don't wear jewelry or whatever. Still looks good though. I'll give him a... I mean, he does look very basic. I'll put him in B. Adriana, the lady of oh no, not Adriana. I've been watching The Sopranos recently.
Jesus, is this fucking necessary?
Yeah, this is Singed's daughter, who was at the end of season 2. I still hold to my opinion. I know they're working on like this Noxus spin-off, but God, I would love a continuation of Singed and whatever the fuck this is. Because I think there's a fascinating story to tell there. I think there's like a really cool like Ex Machina meets the Fly type situation. How am I judging this? So it's, I suppose, another robot character. I mean, it's an interesting looking robot, I must say. I do like that it clearly has the motif of it's based on like a wind-up doll because of the thing in the back, which is kind of disturbing at the same time. I like this. I think it's interesting. There's something like cautiously intriguing about this. You know, there's an unsettling nature to this that I quite like. I'm gonna give Oriana an A. Orn, the fire below the mountain. I can't say he looks boring, I suppose. But does he look enticing though? Nah, not so much. I think he's a C. Jesus fucking Christ. Pantheon, the unbreakable spear. This guy looks like a Dark Souls cover. You could literally put Dark Souls 4 in front of this guy and I think people would fall for it. Looks pretty good though. He actually, honestly, he looks pretty fucking awesome. For a second I was like, it looks like he's got the armor problem, but he actually doesn't. He's not wearing any armor. He's got a helmet on and he's holding a shield and a massive spear. Everything else is just a cape. Oh yeah, and he's got gauntlets on, but the gauntlets are perfectly sized. Do you know what? We have another S. Another guy with main character energy. I like that his cape is just blue. I think that makes him stand out so well. And the helmet is very simple and effective. I love it. So, Poppy, Keeper of the Hammer. I love her energy. Like, I don't know, she's got an interest. I love her energy. Like, she looks like she's standing amongst the ranks. She's holding a hammer that's like 3 times her size, very confidently. She's got aura, is what I'm saying. I don't know about her pigtail haircut. It just looks like she's got a normal person's blonde hair. It's like it just looks like she's got Harley Quinn's blonde hair. But whatever. It's a galaxy far, far away. She's got a boss bitch energy to her. I'll put Poppy in. Do you know what? I'll put her in A. I like her attitude. You know. I mean, she's not given attitude, but it seems like she's got a really cool attitude. Pike, the Blood Harbor Ripper. I mean, he certainly looks menacing. What is this? Like, he's got some interesting armor around him. I love his like predator like serrated blade. Like, that's really cool. But yeah, this is some like interesting armor he's got around it. Oh no! Wait, is that a jaw? Is that like a shark jawbone or something? Like, I know that the world of League of Legends probably doesn't have normal sharks, but like, it looks like a jaw. I don't know if he's an S because I'm lacking in other details surrounding him, but that just elevated him. I'm no one for animal cruelty, but that is a pretty fucking mean and nasty look. That gets him an A at least. Kiana, Empress of the Elements. Feel free to take the piss if I'm pronouncing these wrong, by the way. She looks shockingly normal in comparison to everybody else. Not in a bad way, just that she looks like a traditional character that you would just run into in the world. Like, someone who wouldn't have... I mean, she probably does have some sort of, like, special power to her or something like that, but, you know, she just has relatively, like, normal-looking attire. She's got that Daenerys Targaryen hair. I don't know, my gut says B. And I'm gonna put it in B. I really need to move this forward. Quinn, Demacia's Wings. I like the idea of this bird with like massive wings being your, dare I say it, wingman.
How come you're not laughing?
I'm assuming this person is the Quinn in question. The Quinn in question. I think their design's a bit mix and match, but I still think it's good. You know, I still think it's good. I feel like, look, the fact that you've got a bird, that's the big design element to this character. So the way they look doesn't necessarily like mean that much. So I think this is another A. Like, when you've got a big massive fucking bird that's like your sidekick essentially, you don't need to worry about looking as cool because that just makes you look cool immediately. Rakan, the Charmer. Oh god. Oh god. Look at this fucking... Oh right, so this is another 2 that come as a pair, apparently. I probably shouldn't have said it like that. So maybe I should just... Yeah, so this is... I believe this is another character who's also in the roster, but just shares the same splash art as this person. This guy looks like a prick. I'm just saying... First impressions, that's all. Maybe he's actually... What was his nickname? The Charmer. Maybe he is actually a charmer. Maybe he is. I'm just saying, from the image that I'm looking at, he looks like a prick. He looks like a self-obsessed prick. Actually, do you know what? You know how I've been saying some characters like have and irradiate main character energy? This guy looks like he's got main character syndrome, where he thinks he's the main character, but he's actually no. he's farthest from it. He looks fairly basic. He's irradiating so much like arsehole energy, and I didn't like him. I didn't like him. He seems like an arsehole. I don't know anything about these characters, so I'm gonna try and make a guess here. I'm gonna guess that they are a couple of sorts. And if I'm wrong and it turns out that they are siblings or something, then I'm sorry. There's definitely some Jaime and Cersei shit going on here. Look at the way he's looking at her. Look at the way he's looking at her. This man first of all, this guy he seems like the sort of guy who's got multiple allegations against him. Alright? This man can't be on social media because people are going to fucking dogpile him immediately for like, you know, hey, remember that thing you got accused of 10 years ago? Well, somebody else has accused you as well. You know, oh yeah, and look at that, 9 other people have came forward as well. So I don't know, he's just giving me that energy. She looks kind of cool. You know, she's got cool hair. Again, another furry. I think she looks cooler than he does, but they come as a pair though. I think she would on her own be a B, but I think she's still a B. I think he's a C and she's a B. So Rakan, you're a C. There she is. Oh god, she was near the end as well. Yeah, I think she's a B. That sounds like I'm calling her a bitch. That's not what I'm doing. That's not what I'm doing. Ramos, the armored dildo. Do you know what he looks like? He looks like if Bowser. He looks like a cross between Bowser and Squirtle. I don't know. He looks fine. He's kind of cute actually. B. Rek'Sai, the Void Burrower. Once again, it kind of looks like something
The Doomslayer
would kill. Not really feeling it. The problem is, it doesn't really look like anything. Like, I can make out a jaw and a face, but that's about it. I can't really, like, I've not really got a sense of anything else. Again, maybe that's just the splash art's fault and not necessarily the character design, or the creature design. Nah, I'm getting nothing. I'm getting literally nothing for this, like, at all. So, I think we have another addition to the D. We haven't added anything to the D list recently. Rel, the Iron Maiden. That is a fucking gorgeous head of hair. How do you get your hair like that? That's a lion's mane. She looks pretty cool. I mean, design-wise, it's very basic. I like how her hair is like the main feature of her. Everything else is just... It looks like a pretty standard like bodysuit. I think it's really cool. The lion's mane hair is what's doing it for her. I'll put her in A. Renata Glask, the Chem Baroness. Wait, the Chem Baroness? She's a Chem Baron? Like, in Zone? That's interesting. Was she one of the Chem Barons in Zone? I didn't recognise her. I've not watched season 2 in a while. I know that's where you see a lot of the Chem Barons. She doesn't look like any of the ones I remember though. Was she even in season 2? I didn't recognise her. She looks cool though. Like, it's a really it's an odd design considering she's from Zone. Like, the white and sort of violet design going on here I think is interesting. The mask is really cool. The black waistcoat as well. Like, this is a weird design, but in a way that I find really interesting. I'm just trying to think if she was in Arcane or not. I feel like she would have been. Why would you, if you had all the Chem Barons in one room, and this is a Chem Baron from the game's lore, why would you not have this? This is such a cool design. Do you know what? I was sitting around an A, but honestly, it might be an S. The more I look at it, the more I'm like, this looks like a kingpin, you know? In the League world anyway. Renekton, the Butcher of the Sands, a mitt. It looks like a mitt. There's a lot of... Has League taken a lot of inspiration from Egyptian mythology? Because I'm seeing a lot of characters who look like they're very, like, Egyptian inspired. I quite like this, though. I mean, it's about what you'd expect from a humanoid crocodile person. Yeah, I've not really got much to say. It just looks like a cool version of a mitt. I think it's an A. It's interesting. Rengar, the Pride Stalker. Good fucking god. I kinda like this. Because it looks... Do you know why? This is a bit indulgent, but it's because this looks like exactly the sort of thing my imagination would come up with as the coolest thing imaginable at like 12 years old. A white lion with 2 different coloured eyes. One's cybernetic, one's blue, one's orange. He's got fucking braids in his mane. He's got like forearm blades as well. It's everything all at once. It's too much and I love it. It's too much. It's the junkiest junk food of character designs. Honestly, I almost want to put it in S because it's so ridiculous. But I'm gonna be realistic. It is a bit crazy. It is a bit over designed. So I'm gonna restrain myself and pull it down to an A. Part of me does want to put it in S though. Riven, the Exile. Interesting. We're back to fairly normal looking characters, except she's got a fucking massive Final Fantasy style sword. We're back to my old problem of armor that just looks bigger than it needs to be. Like, she has a gauntlet on, which I assume is for holding the sword. Why do you have one shoulder guard up here then? That just feels weird. Why do you not have armor anywhere else? It's alright, I didn't hate it, but it definitely feels like a... Actually, do you know what? I want to like this because I kind of like the energy she's got, but... I think it's a C. Sorry, Riven. You almost had me. Rumble, the mechanized menace. So it's another Yordle. Why are all the Yordles like gadgeteer types? Here's the thing though. I kind of like this wee guy. I kind of like him. He's got that Rocket Raccoon energy, and his name's Rumble, which is very close to Rocket. He's like a better version of the other one I looked at. It's probably just because he looks a bit cuter. Wait, what was his name again? Corky. Aye, that was it. He's like a better version of that guy, and I kind of like him. Do you know what? Rumble, you've won me. I'm gonna put you in A. You look like you've got attitude, and I respect it. Look at his wee mohawk. Look at his wee mohawk. That's cute. Oh god. Oh fucking hell. I've been at this for so long, much longer than I should have. What have I done? I can feel the malnourishment kicking in. Oh, this can't go on. This madness must end.
Losing his mind.
Alright, I've got my groove back. I've calmed down. Let's finish this. I've not got that many to go. I've got like a normal character roster. There's worth of characters left. Oh god. If I might actually go completely mad by the end of this. Like, I might completely lose my fucking mind. Rise, the Rune Mage. This is a vibes character. He definitely has aura. I don't know if it's just the lighting or the style of the art, but he looks very, like, ethereal. It looks pretty good, though. Like, this one's given me a lot more, like, vibes. Like, there's a power and an energy to this one that I quite like. I think this is another A. I like this one. This is a very, like, aura-driven one, I think. Because there's no much to go off of, like, design-wise, aside from he's got, like, a shawl over him, and he's got some glowing tattoos. That's a cool detail, I suppose. Samira, the Desert Rose. Wait, the Desert Rose?
I'm your real Desert Rose. That strange woman you've been hanging out with, she's an imposter. Baby!
Alright, so she looks pretty badass. She's got cool hair, she's got an eye patch, she's flipping a coin like she's Harvey Dent. I never looked at her bio, but is she Noxian? She looks like she could be Noxian. She's got the black and the red colour scheme. Despite the fact that Mel is Ambessa's daughter, she looks like she could be a relative to Ambessa. Not necessarily in terms of looks, but just like the energy she's exuding. I really like it. She's kind of cool. She's one of those. She looks like one of those like rogue criminal characters. You know, like she doesn't look like she's really affiliated with anybody. I like her. She's cool. Wow, we're getting a lot of A's. We're getting a lot of A's recently. Sejuani, Fury of the North. It's a fucking barbarian Viking woman riding a fucking icicle Pumbaa. It looks cool as fuck. Oh god. Oh god.
Cool party.
I'm not doing that on purpose, I promise. I hate that I do this to myself, honestly. Nah, but generally, I think it looks really good. I kind of like that her helmet has a broken horn for some reason. Like, I feel like that should bother me, but it doesn't for some reason. I quite like it. Her weapon is very strange, so it's like an ice whip. That's interesting, I suppose. Is that for Pumbaa down here, or is that something else? I like it though. Is it? I don't think it's top tier, but oh god, is it another A? Is it another A? Yeah, we're just... God, A is stacking right now. Senna, the Redeemer. Simple, effective, mysterious, cool hair. I don't know what the fuck this weapon is. She's holding it like it's a gun or a shield. Is she holding that? I can't tell. Overall though, I think this looks alright. Hood's cool. I think this could do with a different angle though. I feel like there's a lot that's being hidden here. Or maybe I'm just going insane. I genuinely think I'm having micro naps right now. Like, I've been awake for a very long time. But this is good though, I like this. It's not super striking. I think this one will go in... Oh god. It's all A's and B's. Seraphine, the starry-eyed songstress. So, once again, my immediate thought was, like, how is this character even a thing in this game? But then I thought to myself also, she's reminding me of Alyssa for Tekken. And if you know anything about Alyssa, you know that she's got a very similar candy floss, like sugary aesthetic. But she hides a bit of an arsenal, shall we say. That being said though, I mean, it's doing exactly what it's trying to do, and I can't really knock it for that, so I'll give her a C. I can genuinely feel my brain decreasing in size as I do this. Oh, but I am having fun, you know, and that's when you know you're having fun, when it's bad for you. Set the boss. Alright, calm down. This is another guy who looks like he's got main character syndrome. He looks like Zac Efron. Is that just me? He's even got the Troy Bolton haircut, like with cat ears for some reason. Another furry character. I don't know. He kind of looks like a twat. He looks like a fucking bell end. Wow, I'm just being mean now.
I am shocked and appalled.
He can join the sea crew. Shaco, the demon jester. Wait, I know a demon jester. His name's Jester from Devil May Cry. There's no need for violence, devil boy.
Yoo-hoo! There's no need to use violence, devil boy.
He doesn't look as interesting as Jester though. He does have Harley Quinn colours, which I quite like. I mean, as far as Jester, like Joker type evil clown designs go, it's not the worst. It's not the best either. Somehow this guy has better control over his shoulder armor than everybody else does in this game. Here we go again. He's a B. He's a B. Shane, the Eye of Twilight. Ooh. I mean, do I even have to explain? He looks like fucking Noob Saibot. He looks amazing. If you made him blue, he'd look like an awesome version of Sub-Zero. He looks great. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Oh yeah. Nothing more than that. He goes into S. Like, I was gonna do this at the very end, but I'll say this right now. If I were to play this game, right? If I were to play this game, and I was looking through all these fucking characters, this absurd amount of characters in this roster, this is probably the guy I'd start with. This is probably the first person I'd start with. Let me know if that's a good choice or not. I'm not going to do it anyway because I have no intentions of playing this game, but let me know. Shyvana, the half-dragon. And we're kind of veering back into over-designed territory for this character. I don't know, it just feels like a lot. I mean, I get that she's a dragon of sorts, so you need to be a bit extra. But this is a bit too extra, I think. The helmet's wild. Again, a ridiculous shoulder guard. Jesus Christ, the gauntlets. I don't know, this feels a bit overcomplicated to me. I think this is a very clear C, you know? Because I can see what they're going for with this, and I can respect it. It's different, but it's still just, it's a bit complicated. and I don't think it's necessary. Singed, the mad chemist. He certainly is. God, Singed is such a fascinating character. Similarly to what I said about Heimerdinger, I don't think if I had any like prior knowledge to this character in his story, I don't think I would go anywhere near a character like this. Because he is kind of a mess, you know? And it makes sense because I know his character, it makes sense that he looks the way he does because he's a madman. He's insane. He's a crazy person. Also, I think he looks more interesting in Arcane. As always, I think the Arcane counterparts look more interesting. I don't think I would go near this. I don't think I would go near this at all. I think he can join the D Club. Scion, the undead juggernaut. Another example of looks like a pretty cool boss battle, but one I don't think I'd remember. C. Severe, the battle mistress. Ooh. Absolutely incredible. I love it. I had to take a second because I was like, am I overhyping this? Because my immediate thought was, this looks absolutely amazing. But then I was like, alright, take a second. Are you overhyping this? Look at, because she's got a shoulder guard. Look at the shoulder guard. She's got like thigh guards. Look at them. Do they look okay? They actually do. They look well balanced out. She looks incredible. She looks amazing. She's got a fucking Wonder Woman stance as well. Everything is like perfectly balanced. I get so much like power and energy and character for this image. I do not know what the fuck this weapon is. This is an incredible design. Absolutely incredible. I fucking love this one. This is easily. This is an easy S. I can't believe I needed to think about it for so long. It's obviously an S. I have no faults with this whatsoever. She looks so cool. She looks fucking awesome. Skarner, the primordial sovereign. Another big monster character. Thing is though, he looks, compared to a lot of the other ones I've looked at, he actually looks really interesting. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because he's actually got some more like shapes to him and I can sort of get a sense of who he is. And he's got colours on him. I don't know if that's like just paint or something. His mandibles look really cool, very Predator. I kinda like this one. He looks pretty fucking menacing. This looks like it would be a boss battle you'd remember. This looks really good. An A. I didn't think when I looked at I didn't think he would go an A at first. I didn't even think about that for too much. Smolder, the fiery fledgling. Oh, he's cute. Oh god, I didn't know. He's cute. Do you know what? I can't keep putting everybody in S tier for cuteness level, so I guess he goes into A. He goes into the A category.
Cute! Super cute!
Oh god, what's happening to me? I don't know. I'm losing my fucking marbles. I'm going off my nut. Sona, Maven of the Strings. Again, maybe it's just because of everything I've seen thus far, but she just looks really normal. I mean, if this was a real person with a real dress, I'd be like, you look delightful, you know? You look like you're just gonna steal everybody's attention. But for a character in a video game, and compared to everything else I've seen, it's kinda boring. Maybe I'm being mean because I'm losing brain cells at the moment. So I'll put her in D because I don't think I'm not getting anything for this. Soraka, the Star Child. Where have I heard that before? So she looks a bit like Starfire, but her colours are inverted. It's alright. It's not bad. She has a unicorn horn. I don't know if that helps her or diminishes her look. I think her hair needs to be a different colour. I don't know if that meshes with everything else. It's alright though. It's a bit, you know, again, it feels relatively normal in comparison. I feel like if I saw this earlier I'd be more lenient towards it, but it's gone in C. Swain, the Noxian Grand General. Looks like fucking Lucius Malfoy. So my initial thought was he looks really good. Like, I like the simple nature of it. Like, he looks very dark and evil. But the more I look at it, the more I'm like, it's a bit extreme. The lapels are fucking mental. Like, you do not need lapels that lapel that fucking much. And he's also got like this massive bulky chest armor. This was really good to look at immediately, but then it looked less and less good the more I look at it. But I do like it conceptual. Again, the black and red motif, I quite like that, but it's a bit extreme, I think. Tone it down a bit, I think it would look pretty good. I think it's a B. Almost got it. Silas, The Unshackled. This guy looks like me right now. Man who's losing his shit. I mean, he certainly looks like he's got shit going on. He looks like he's got problems. Don't we all, dear? What is it? The Unshackled. I'm assuming these are the shackles. So it looks like he was a prisoner in some sort of like pristine prison or something like that. So some sort of like high-end prison, and he's escaped from it, and he's still got the shackles on him technically. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty interesting. I kind of like him. He's it's another one of those situations where I'm curious about his story. I think he's another B. Syndra, the Dark Sovereign. I like it. It's very it's very Sindel. Again, I'm gonna bring up the shoulder armor issue again. But here's the thing, I didn't think this looks that bad. For a sort of like villainous type character, I think this actually looks quite good. She looks very villainous, you know? She looks very like sinister. Oh god. Is it another A? Yeah, it's another A. Should I go through these and see if I feel the same way? No, I'm not doing that. I'll be here for fucking years. Tam Kench, the River King. I knew a guy named Tam Kench once. He was an arsehole. It kind of reminds me of King Shark, but not enough for me to be like, I think this looks really, really good. Look at his stubby wee arms. How does this guy do anything? Look at his wee hat. Look at his wee stupid hat. Is he another Ken Baron? He's got one of those. He's got that vibe to him. Nah, because if it was a Ken Baron, they would have put him in Arcane, surely. It looks alright though. It's a funny sort of like cute creature design. Like if I saw this in like a Star Wars or a Guardians of the Galaxy or something like that, I'd be like, there's a fun character design. I'll put him in B. And remember, this list is being made by an insane person, a man who's slowly losing his last will. Talia, the Stone Weaver. Again, we're back to this. They just look really normal. Just looks like a very normal, like, character in like a fantasy adventure type story. I don't know. What the fuck is this around your neck? Are they bones or stone? Either way, they didn't look comfortable. I don't know. It's a simple design. It's so innocuous, like, compared to everything else. I think it's a C. I don't think it's bad by any stretch. Again, it looks like an unassuming character. Talon, the Blade's Shadow. I mean, this one looks pretty fucking badass as well. Very Assassin's Creed, obviously. A wee bit of Moon Knight as well, you know, just without the face mask. I like it. I think it looks pretty fucking cool. Honest? Yeah. You know what? Fuck it. It's another S. It just speaks to me, you know? Like, it's the sort of design it's just made for somebody like me. Tarek, the Shield of Valoran. More like the Shield of Vaboran. Jesus Christ. He's kinda handsome, I'll give him that, but I'm not getting anything for this. Another very obvious C. Teemo, the Swift Scout. Look, at this point, there's no Yordle character that's gonna top Gnar. So I might as well just put all the other Yordle characters in D at this point. But I'm not that unfair. I don't know, it looks like he could be a fun adventurer, but I don't know. C. Alright, I'm nearly done. I've not got that many left. Thresh, the Chain Warden. Part of me likes it, part of me kinda hates it. I kinda like what it's gone for, but it's a fucking mess. It might be me losing grip with reality, but I'm struggling to make out what's going on. It's definitely something, but I just find it very confusing. Yeah, alright. I think I've arrived. Confusing is a good place for C. When I'm really confused at something, C's a good place for it. Tristana, the Yordle Gunner. She looks straight out of like fucking Ratchet and Clank or Jack and Daxter or something like that. Like she looks kind of fun, you know. Like all the Yordles are starting to look the same to me.
You racist son of a...
I feel like I've seen her already. I probably have. All right, I could be Groundhog Day in this right now. I don't know. She looks like she's a fun type of character. She could do with a bit more colour in her actual attire, but I don't know, I'll give her a B. No, she looks alright though. She looks like she'd be the main character in like a, you know, like one of those like PS2 era games, you know, like a Spyro or a Crash Bandicoot, something like that. Trundle, the Troll King. Did you bring the toll?
You gotta pay the troll toll if you want to get into that boy's hole.
He looks a bit like Blanca. Maybe that's just me. He looks alright as like a troll, like goblin monster type character. They usually look a lot more generic than this. I mean, the splash art's not gearing me very much, if I'm being honest. So, you know, he looks like he'd be like a sub-boss character. See. Tryndamere, the Barbarian King. Jesus Christ. I think there was like a... Alright, so I think there was like a Viking barbarian type character earlier. I said looked good, but looked a bit sort of plain. He needed something to make him like stand out a bit more. This guy's got it. This guy's got it. The solid like metallic glossy silver with a teal jewels in his armor. That's really nice. I really like that. He's in snow, but he's not... He doesn't look like some sort of like ice character, so I can say it. He looks cool. There, I said it. I think he's an S. Hold on, let me see him again. It looks great. I like the simple motif of the armor. And it's a situation where he's got really bulky armor, but I didn't mind it. Twisted Fate, the Card Master. He looks like Gambit. He seems to have like a Gambit style gimmick, and I like Gambit. S. Fuck it. This has to have been inspiration for Gambit, right? Like, it's because he's very clearly Gambit. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, you know? Like, media apes other media all the fucking time. Twitch, the Plague Rat. This is what I'm going to look like by the end of the fucking morning. If this goes on any longer. Was he the guy in Arcane season? No, he wasn't. His name was, Smeech. I think his name was. Was that his name? Smeech. The guy that, Savika killed. Yeah, no. It's an alright sort of like monster design, I suppose, but I don't know. I get it. He's a plague rat. He's meant to look like a fucking vile, awful creature. This terrible, monstrous vermin. But you've made him look a little too good at being that. Udur, the Spirit Walker. He looks a bit like Thor. Specifically Thor from God of War Ragnarok. Which isn't a bad thing, because I like Thor's design in that game. This looks good. I like this. You know, it's conveying a lot of like power and energy. Do you know what? Wait, hold on a minute. Where is he? Where was that guy? This guy, Gragas. Gragas, this guy. This is just like the better version of that. I didn't think it's like peak, but I think it's an A. He looks pretty fucking badass. Urgot, the Dreadnought. Looks like fucking Bane if he decided to start ingesting instead of mainlining. Good God, what is happening? Good God. So, he's got like a bunch of machinery attached to him. He's ingesting methadone directly into his mouth from whatever source. He looks like he's on some sort... Do you know what? I didn't even need to think that hard. I just remembered. I'm very confused. Therefore, he's a C. Alright, I've not got that many to get. I've not got that many left. Oh god. Maybe I should take a break. Maybe I should take a break and get over this. No. I've not got that long to go. I can do this. I can do this. Oh, this was... Oh god. I never thought this through. I really never thought this through. Varus, the Arrow of Retribution. He doesn't really look like anybody from this, but for some reason he gives me like Soul Reaver vibes. I kind of like it, you know? Like there's a... He's got an energy to him. A bit of aura, which I really like. But it's not like super striking, I don't think. Again, maybe I'm just tired at this point and getting more cynical because of sleep deprivation. But oh no, he's not a C. He's a B. You know, I like the glowy eyes. I like the white hair. It's still a minimalist approach that I really appreciate. And he's got some like weird biomechanical shit going on with his arms and his legs, which is he kind of looks like what Victor looked like when he first started meshing with a hex core, so I think that's quite interesting. Also, the abs. Man's got abs, and he has to flex them. I love how like that is still exposed. He has to expose his abs. Vayne, the Night Hunter. She looks like Bayonetta mixed with Doctor Strange or something. Do you know what? I looked at this initially and thought this is another example of like a really over-designed character. But when I actually look at it, it's not over-designed. It's actually fairly basic and simple. Well, not basic and simple, but like streamlined, you know? I was just looking at the cape and the collar, and I was just focusing on all the small details surrounding her. that I was like, oh, here we go, more over designed crap. But it's actually no. It's very streamlined, and I really like it. It's reminding me of Bayonetta, like, a lot, in a good way. The hair looks great. I don't like the glasses. I think the glasses look a bit cheap. I don't think the glasses fit the rest of her get-up. But the rest of her get-up is really cool. Like the red cape and the blue suit. That's a terrific look. I think it's really cool. It might be a... Is it an S? I think it's an S. My only real problem is the glasses. That's my only real issue. Everything else I think looks cool as fuck. Do you know what? S. Vinegar. No Vinegar. Vagar, the tiny master of evil. He looks like if a Jawa was a Sith Lord, and I'll give him credit, that's kinda cool. Can you imagine if a Jawa was a Sith Lord? I think I said this about somebody earlier, but the splash art I feel like is kinda hiding a lot of this guy. But I do like it. I do like his, it's like, you know, I like that his face is shrouded in darkness. Like I said, he's got the orange Jawa eyes. I like that he's wearing what looks like fabricy like clothing, but his gauntlets look really like menacing and evil. And I really like, I kind of like it. Honestly, I think he's an A. I was thinking B at first, but I'm actually enjoying this. Also, I think he's short, and for some reason that makes it better. I also like that he has hair sticking out of... He has like a chimney for his hair, which is quite funny. I like it. Sith Lord Jawa. He can join the A rank with everybody else. Vel'Koz, the Eye of the Void. Oh, is this more like Lovecraft stuff? I think this looks exactly how it's supposed to look for whatever it is in the lore of, like, having a name like the Eye of the Void, a really like weird name like Vel'Koz, and literally just being an eye and a couple of like Cthulhu tentacles. I think this is doing exactly what it's supposed to do, but the splash art's not doing anything. Maybe it would look better in a different presentation. It's one of those designs where I'm like, you need to present this a certain way for it to look as good as it can, and this just isn't doing it. This might be the god of the whole fucking League universe, but you're gone in the D tier. Because I've got almost nothing. It's a purple eye, and that's about it. It's a purple eye with tentacles. Vex, the gloomist. She does look gloom, actually. I like it. I think it looks quite... I like her colour scheme. Unlike a lot of the Yordles, I think her hair colour actually matches her, unlike a lot of the other ones. Maybe I just like that she looks really doom and gloom. She looks like she'd fit in with the goth kids.
We're gonna go to the graveyard and write poems about death and how pointless life is.
I think I like it. I think we've got another... I don't think she's an A, because I don't think I'm that, like, entranced by it. Do you know what? I feel similar to this guy as well, Varys. B. Vi, the Piltover Enforcer. Oh, I'm not feeling fantastic. I'm not feeling fucking fantastic. American classics. Drink champagne out of plastic with fucking Valium in it. I've expressed this before. I don't really like Vi's game design. I've given credit to other characters from the series who are also in the game, still looking pretty good, like Jinx, Caitlyn. Vi, on the other hand, again, maybe it's just the bias of having experienced Arcane first. It's just that every version of Vi in that series looks incredible. Like her season 1 look, her like pit fighter look, even her fucking her enforcer design looks 10 times better than this. It's not even her best look, but it looks incredible compared to this. Absolutely incredible. I don't really like the way the gauntlets look either. Again, I feel like the series just found a way to like streamline things a bit more. There's too many colours on the gauntlets, you know? Like, there's blue, there's grey, there's green, there's orange, there's red, like, there's too many colours. I don't like this sort of bodice that she's wearing. I don't like the big sort of bulbous like fucking shoulder guards that she's got on either. She's got like frills. She's got like pink frills sticking out the side of her corset. I've never been a big fan of the goggles either. I know they're Clagger's goggles, but was that in the game's lore before it was in Arcane? And even knowing that, I still don't really like them that much in Arcane. So, also, her hair is much more pink in the game. This isn't like an issue or anything. This doesn't really change much because her hair is pink in the series, but it feels like it gets redder and redder. Or is that just me? Am I wrong in thinking that? Because in the first act of season 1, her hair looks really pink, but then as she gets older, it looks more and more red, like it's a deeper pink. Here it just looks really pink, like solid pink. Alright, I'm getting away from myself a wee bit. In comparison to like her Arcane versions, I would argue it's a D, but I'm judging it on its own merits, and if I saw this for the first time, I would be a bit put off by the clunky design of it, but I'd be kind of interested in the character, because she does still have some Vi energy to her, and that's what matters. She's still a C though. Viego, the Ruined King. Oh, I remember this guy. How could I forget him? The Ruined King, more like the Edgelord King. God's sake, look at this cunt, honestly. He's such an edgelord. Look at him. He's got such an intense glare as well. He's looking into your soul saying like, oi, my eyes are up here. I know you want to look at my abs because they're so fucking chiseled. You could grate cheese off of them. Then I look at them, even though it's the only part of my body that's exposed, because I know you're going to look down there. Look at my abs. Honestly though, seriously though, I fucking love this design. I think I made a joke when I first saw him that he looks like a fantasy novel cover, and I still hold to that, but it's not an insult. His design is incredible. It looks amazing. The white hair, the black attire, the almost like sort of Venom symbiote stuff that he's got going on surrounding him, the sword or whatever like his power scheme is or something like that, it's like a teal color, like, and his eyes are colored teal as well.
You have beautiful eyes.
My teal colored eyes is where my soul is. No, honestly, I love it. Do you know what? He's also irradiating main character energy, but it's anti-hero main character energy. I think he's an S. He reminds me of Virgil a wee bit, for Devil May Cry. If Virgil could somehow be more of an edgelord. Victor, Herald of the Arcane. JB or JB not? Was his design no different before? Because this is more or less what he looks like at the end of the series. More or less, there's a couple of differences here and there. But did he not look different before? I remember him looking different when I looked at him in the universe page. Because he didn't look like this, I know that. This makes it a bit easier for me because it makes him look like his Arcane counterpart, and I think he looks fucking wild. It's one of those designs where it's almost to the level of like over design. I think this on its own still looks really good. I don't know if I would immediately like gravitate towards something like this, because he just looks like a sort of like cyborg, like some sort of like mystical cyborg type character. He still looks pretty cool though. You know, I like I like that he still has drapery despite the fact that he's like some sort of robot. You know, he still has his hair. The mask looks really cool. I think he's a I think he's a B. B's getting a bit cluttered now. Vladimir, Max, dearest of all my friends, the Crimson Reaper. So is he just Scarlet from Mortal Kombat? Is he just like a blood mage of sorts? I think he needs a different accented colour. I don't think red in like beige works. I think the red works. I think the accented colour needs to be different. I kind of like his Lady Deathstrike claws. I don't like that his robe has random spikes on it. Again, we're back to the spike crap. But other than that, I think he looks alright. I think his colour scheme needs to be different. Something about the red and the beige just does not work. He looks like a tablecloth. B. I like what they're going for, but I think the colour scheme kinda fucks it. Volibear, the Relentless Storm. And once again, any and all consistency for me goes out the fucking window, because good God, is this awesome. This is fucking amazing. It's a fucking lightning snowstorm bear with braids in its hair. Like, come on. It's so ridiculous. Like, here's the thing. I could say plenty of stuff where I'm like, aye, like, obviously I have a problem with this, but I just can't be arsed. Like, it just looks so cool. I want to put it in S because it's just so fucking insane looking. This is like the better version of, what was that other one called? This one, Rengar. This is like the better version of that because it's a bit more, even though it's still fucking extreme, but it's still somehow a bit more restrained than Rengar was. Oh, for God's sake. Warwick, the uncaged wrath of Zon. Get absolutely fucked. Still no over that. I'm still no over that I went into season 2 so fucking blind. And there was me in my wee stupid video looking at the universe page being like, oh, Warwick, what a cool looking character. Stupid twat, honestly. Here's an interesting thing. You know how I said pretty much all Arcane versions of the characters look better than the their League counterparts? I think Warwick is the one exception, but I think the version in Arcane makes more sense for Arcane, because this just looks really cool and terrifying and mean and scary, whereas Warwick in the series, because they want to express that Vander's still in there a little bit, it looks more like painfully monstrous, like it's not normal and it's not healthy and it's not good. You know, this looks like it could just be a creature, like in the world of League of Legends, whereas Warwick in the series looks like a horrible experiment. You know what I mean? I mean, this does have all the little bits on it to make it look like an experiment, but if you take all that stuff out, it would look like just an animal in the world of League of Legends, I reckon. Whereas in the series, you take all the bits and the bobs out of it, it would still look like a failed experiment or something like that. That being said, this on its own, I think this is really, really cool. Oh wait, hold on. He's killed somebody. He's crushed somebody, it looks like. Yeah, that's a hand. There's another hand. He's killed somebody. That gives him points. I mean, he's gone an A anyway, because I think this is a really cool design. Wukong, the Monkey King. Isn't Wukong some sort of like Chinese myth? Does League take inspiration from like a lot of mythologies? I've seen a lot of characters who look like they might be derived from like certain mythologies. I don't this isn't doing much for me. It's fine, I suppose. I don't really like the armor. He's got a funny face, but that's about it. Yeah, I think this is a C. This is another C for me. What the fuck is this? Hold on. Zarath, the Magus Ascendant. The fuck is this? Is this just rocks and lightning? I honestly do not know what I'm looking at. What am I supposed to be looking at? Am I not seeing something properly because I'm really tired? Or oh no, wait. So this is a hand. All right, so this is another hand over here. It's like holding itself together. With all right, that's kind of interesting. But because I had to look at it for so fucking long, and I might have edited down how long I was looking at that, I think that qualifies for confusing. Actually, do you know what? I mean, it's a bit more interesting than just making them look like all electricity, like I was saying before, but I really need to like squint to see what I'm looking at. This Jin Zhao, the Zeneshal of Demacia. Cool. Great. I love it. Great colour scheme. Great hairdo. Great choice of weapon. Well balanced out armour. The shoulder guards feel a bit big, but they're all, no, do you know what? They're actually fine. I think he just looks cool. Yeah, he looks great. I didn't really have a problem with this. This might be another S, if I'm being honest. Yep, I like the blue, I like the white, I like the gold. Looks really good. Another S. Yasuo, the Unforgiven. Again, taking the sort of minimalist approach. Get your hair thinned out a bit, and get rid of this stupid fucking shoulder guard arm thing, and we're getting somewhere. Why do you have that? You do not look like the type of guy who needs this. You would look infinitely cooler without it. I guarantee. I think he could do with a bit more colour, or maybe a little bit more something else. But no fucking this. This looks ridiculous. Like, get rid of this immediately. I think he's alright. I think he's a B. Yasuo. Here he is. I think he's definitely a B. Yeah, this weird shoulder guard thing and his hair that desperately needs thinned down is kind of bringing it down a wee bit. Otherwise, I think he looks alright. Yon, the Unforgotten. I mean, holy fuck. This is awesome. I love this. This is amazing. It's almost a combination of everything that I like. It's minimalist, but not like dry and boring. Like, he's got the red and black motif that I quite like. He's got like gear on his head that is not like overly complex, but still gets the benefit of having like the pointy parts that this game seems to be obsessed with. He's got the long flowing hair. He just looks really cool. He looks awesome. Do you know what he looks like? He looks like he would be like a really unassuming boss battle. Like, this looks like the sort of boss battle that you would encounter in a Dark Souls game, where after you've fought a bunch of like giant monsters and shit, you'd enter a room, you'd see this guy, he'd be sitting on the ground or something like that, and then he would stand up and you'd be like, huh, this guy looks really small compared to everything else, but then he'd be a fucking unit. I love this. And it looks like he's killed somebody. I can't really tell. But come on, this guy's definitely killed people. This guy has murdered so many people. This is an easy S. This might be one of my favourites, actually. Yorick. He just looks like an ogre, but not a very interesting one. He looks kinda boring. I think we may have found... D was doing so well and all. I think he's a D. Hold on, let me look at him again. He doesn't even look like he'd be a boss. He looks like he'd be like a merchant type character. He looks like the guy you'd go to buy stuff. Nah, sorry, you're staying in D, pal. Sorry. You're not that interesting, unfortunately. Yumi, the magical cat. And we're back to this. It's just a cat. It's just a cute wee cat. There's no even any creativity to this. Because it just looks like a cute cat. It looks like a cute cartoon cat with a crown on its head. You know? Like, other cutie characters, like Gnar. He doesn't look like anything. He looks like a mogwai. Like Rumble. You know, like the other Yordles. I mean, I don't think this is a Yordle because it just looks like a cat. This at this point, this one feels manipulative. So, despite the fact that it is cute, I'm going to be realistic. Realistic. And say C. C for cat. Not confusing, C for cat. Because it's just a cat. And it feels manipulative at this point to just be like, oh look, a cute cat. You'll put that in top tier, won't you? Because you're a fucking sad sack. No. I'm a hard-hearted bastard right now, whose vocal cords are going really bad right now. Zack, the secret weapon. The secret weapon? More like the fucking snot bubble. Looks like flubber on steroids. No. D, no. The answer's no. Nah, mate. Nah, I'm done. Zed, the master of the shadows. Zed's dead, baby. Zed's dead. Good fucking lord. He is over-designed, but he's over-designed in a way that I'm kinda alright with. He looks like what your main character looks like at the end of most RPGs. You know when you've like spent like 100 hours playing the game and you've got accessories that you can add to your character that's like, oh, here's this thing that, you know, powers you up or whatever, or things like that. Here's the great armor of the Blaggedy Blue, and here's the sorcerer's helmet of the Flibbity Flab or whatever, you know, and you've just added all it together. That's what it kind of looks like. But you've tried to have some sort of like aesthetic consistency with it. Again, it's a bit overcomplicated, but I don't mind it. I think he's a B. I was thinking A at first, but he is a bit complicated. He is a bit overcomplicated. You didn't need that many blades on your arms, pal. Like, come on. He's got spikes on his arse. He's got spikes coming out his arse. Like, what's that all about? Zeri, the Spark of Zon. She looks more cyberpunky than anybody else does in this game. So it's very basic. Again, it's another example of you're letting the characters' one distinguishing feature be the standout thing, and everything else is kind of like downplayed. So in this case, it's her lime green hair. I quite like her big oversized coat. You know, I quite like that. That's kind of cool. I don't know if that's like a gun or if that's an augmentation on her arm. I think they could tone the hair down just a bit. You know, you can give her the silly like pigtail look, but I think you could tone it down just a tad, and I think it would look a bit better. It does look very plain though, I will say. She doesn't have main character energy, she has like main character's best friend energy. I'll put her in B B for main character's best friend. Which makes zero fucking sense.
He's crazy, boys. Get the taser.
Ziggs, the Hexplosives expert. Ziggs, but no zags. So what, is he like the Green Goblin of Yordles? But it looks like he looks fucking mental. That Cheshire grin is fucking horrifying. I feel like I can see his eyeballs through the fucking goggles. He has an earring. He has a fucking earring. Oh no, is that an earring or is that a pin? No, it's an earring. It's going through his ear. This guy's got an energy. Is he a villain? He feels like he's a villain. Like he seems like a nut job. I kind of like him though. For some reason he's making me think of Green Goblin, and I like Green Goblin, so I'm gonna be nice to this one. I'm gonna put him in A. There we go. More Yordles that I like. More Yordles that I'm lenient on. If he is a Yordle, I just assume that all the small ones with big ears are Yordles. Maybe I'm being racist to Yordles. Zillion, the Chrono Keeper. More like the fucking Page Master. What the fuck? You don't see a lot of guys with blue hair in this game. That's interesting. I mean, he just kind of looks like your standard wizard character. I don't know. My gut says C. I mean, blue hair distinguishes you, but no nowadays. Everybody's got fucking blue hair nowadays. Zoe, the aspect of Twilight. And we're back to this again. It's just a fucking child. I don't know. B, A, S, I don't fucking know. She just looks like a normal bairn. Like, what the fuck's going I mean, she's floating. Oh no, wait, that's her hair. Oh, wait, okay, alright. There's something. So she's got, like, Rapunzel magical hair. Alright, that's cool. She looks kinda cute and innocent, but I get the feeling she's like a Dennis the Menace. I kinda like how her hair changes colour as it goes on. That's pretty neat. Do you know what? I'll be kind. I was thinking C. I'll put her in B. She looks like she's got an interesting magical power of sorts. She's got magical Rapunzel hair. Ugh. Last one. Oh my god. Zyra. Rise of the Thorns. Not bad. This honestly looks like this honestly looks like it could be a pretty good Poison Ivy design. Like, you could put this in like an Injustice or an Arkham game and say this is Poison Ivy, and I'd be like, aye, sorry. Like, get rid of the big ears, obviously. Streamline it just a tad. I'd be like, this is a really nice looking Poison Ivy design. I think it's alright. I don't think it's an S, but I'll give this one to A. Oh god. And that's it. That's the last one. All 170 characters. This was fucking hellish. But also fun. Oh, this was pretty fun. Who's at the very top? Akali, Ash, Brand, Caitlyn, Darius, Diana, Garen, Nar, Irelia, Jinx, Kassadin, Katarina, Kayn, LeBlanc, Lee Sin, Lucian, Nunu and Willump, Pantheon, Renata Glask, Shen, Severe, Talon, Tryndamere, Twisted Fate, Vayne, Viego, Volibear, Jin Xiao, Yon. Alright, I'm happy with that. Who got the... Alright, well that's good, right? The one with the least entrance is bottom tier. Ugh, and there you have it. Ugh, my League of Legends character tier list. It's probably going to piss off any League purists. I'd be curious though, in terms of like how good the character's considered, how accurate this is. This was fun, but probably not very good for my health. I'm seeing things. I feel like I'm hearing ringing sounds in my ears. My back is fucking killing me. I can feel the malnourishment. I need to do some stretches or something. I need to eat something. I need to drink water. I need to hydrate. I can't do intros or outros. So until next time, I suppose.